Something big is changing in Germany, especially if you're an asylum seeker or you know somebody going through the process. A brand new asylum law has just been introduced and it could change everything. Faster decisions, stricter rules, and some new opportunities, but also new risks. What does this mean for you, your family, and your community? In this video, I'll be breaking everything down into simple English. No legal jargon, no confusion, just saying the facts that you need to know right now. So stay with me because this is more than just a law, but your future.
Me and my people, we go jolly, yo. We the fight, yo. We know they send nobody. Cause we get no worries and we get energy. I tell them, they might follow.
As some of us may be aware that there's a new government in Germany, a new coalition has been formed that is between the CDU, CSU and the SPD, because that's the way it works here in Germany. There must be a coalition of different parties of different ideas coming together to form a government. That's how it works here, not like we have in some other places around the world where the party that wins takes over the affairs of the country. So now there's a new law that has been passed as regards to asylum seekers. So you need to pay attention and watch this video to the very end. I welcome you viewers back to the channel, Femi Julu and family. And if you're coming across the station or this channel for the very first time, you're most welcome. On this channel, we do a whole lot of things. It's a family affair. We also give out information that is needed as appropriate. We also do family vlogs and so many other things. You can go through our content at your own time. Today, I'm giving an update about some changes in the law as regards asylum seekers. So if you are in that process or you know somebody that is in that process and presently in Germany, please pay attention and watch this video to the end. And as you watch, please subscribe if you're not. Hit the like button, please share with others, it's very important. The notification bell, please click on it so that you'll be updated anytime we post our content on this channel. So let's go into today's business. What is making Germany to come up with stricter rules? And a lot of debates have been going on that Germany is no longer more asylum friendly like they used to be in the past. Well, this was not out of the blues because, to be honest, I've been living in Germany for some years and I know how Germany was back then and how it is now. A lot of things have changed, and this was due to some concerns, and to be very honest, these concerns are genuine. There have been various of attacks in the recent years, which was not the story before, whereby children have lost their lives, somebody driving a car into a restricted area and a lot of people died. All the news are there online. So there's been some gory tales and people in Germany have started to feel this fear of even going out to some public places, events that have happened in the time past, and it's a growing concern. And the current government, that is the CDU, CSU and SPD, have been able to come out so as to put these concerns into law, because in Germany is a land of law. Everything is according to the law. So they come up with these stricter rules as it concerns asylum and if you're seeking asylum. And for anybody that is coming from a third country, and third country I mean countries outside the EU, that is the European Union. If you are living outside there and you are coming to seek asylum, you need to pay attention to this video because a lot of things are changing. So that there's less chance of asylum in Germany, that the German government is planning to further tighten its immigration policy. On 28th of May 2025, the federal cabinet decided to end naturalization after 3 years and suspended family reunification for beneficiaries of subsidiary protection for 2 years. The new law is now to regulate the classification of safe countries. I'm going to break that down. Of origin for asylum seeker. So what does the word beneficiaries of subsidiary protection? There are levels to this refugee thing. There are people that have full refugee rights. So this is another type of refugee application. It's called subsidiary protection. And Some of you might want to say, what is the difference? Full refugee, and some have a subsidiary protection. What is the difference? Who is the beneficiary of subsidiary protection? This is someone who didn't get full asylum, that is, didn't get full refugee status in Germany, but the person still cannot be sent back to their home country, usually because it's too dangerous to go back, maybe in a war-torn countries where there could be tortured or there could be serious threat to life. So Germany gives this subsidiary protection. Let's say a man is able to escape a war-torn country and finds his way to Germany and seeks asylum. Maybe his family are still there. Now, before, what used to happen is there is possibility of being unified with your family. That is, a man stays in Germany, go through the process, all the whole bureaucracy of your asylum before you get the residence permit. Then after a while, you can now file in for your family members that are still in that danger zone, maybe a war-torn country, or bring them to Germany to be reunified with you as the initial asylum seeker. Now, they are tightening this asylum process now because of these recent bad events that has happened. Like sometimes it's knife attack, sometimes it's somebody driving into children or going into kindergarten and, you know, unaliving children and all those sad events that have happened. So this is the reason, and some of them have been found out to be from most foreigners that have moved to Germany for whatever reason. So the government too is sitting down and changing everything. So now back to this subsidiary protection. This is going to be suspended according to the new law. So you might want to ask, what does this change in the law mean in concrete terms? Until now, countries of origin that are considered safe according to the Asylum Act, Section 29A, blah, 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 have to be confirmed by the Bundestag and the Bundesrat. Bundestag means the German parliament, and the Bundesrat, that is like the upper house of the German parliament that represents the 16 federal states. So I promise not to go into the whole legal. I'm not a lawyer, so I'm not going to bore you with all the legal jargon. So they will need to ratify it and all that, you know, the bureaucracy takes longer time. So, but this new law is going to circumvent this basic German law that guides asylum seekers. So the German government want to circumvent this hurdle with the new law. Instead of using the German basic law, which requires approval by the Bundestag and Bundesrat as before, only European asylum law will now apply. So they want it faster. In this way, the government no longer needs to seek the approval of Federal Council when classifying countries of origin. It can then decide more quickly which countries are considered safe and not safe. So according to the popular newspaper called Tagesspiegel, the CDU, CSU and SPD had already announced in the coalition agreement that Algeria, Morocco, Tunisia and India will be classified as safe country of origin as the first steps. So there are more countries that are going to be considered in this new law. So pay attention to those countries that I'm mentioning. So already Algeria, Morocco, Tunisia and India will be classified as safe countries. So if you're coming from any of these countries I just mentioned, your likelihood of getting asylum in Germany has become slimmer, except you find other ways of coming in, maybe through skilled workers visa or every other visas. I've done some video in the time past. You can look at the link above. I will also put the link in the description box so that you can always click and watch and get informed on what other visas you can obtain to start a life in Germany. So let me give you a little background. What are safe countries of origin? According to the German Asylum Act, a country of origin is considered safe if there is no threat of political persecution and respect for human rights is guaranteed. So those are countries described as safe country. So anyone who comes from a country classified as safe has a much lower chance of being granted asylum. The asylum asylum application is then examined more quickly. So the bureaucracy, they want to cut it off. They will decide quickly and know what to do with such an application, removing all the longer process that used to be there before. That is what is going to happen. The decision is going to be taken faster than it used to be. So it is important to know, even if a country is considered safe, asylum seekers can still be granted protection in individuals' case if they can credibly prove that they are individually persecuted in their home country or belong to a persecuted minority. Now, I'll be giving you the list of countries that are considered safe under this new law. According to the Federal Office of Migration and Refugees, BAMF, the following countries are currently classified as safe countries of origin. Number 1, all EU states: Albania, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Ghana. So if you're a Ghanaian, your possibility of putting up a story that you are seeking asylum has just become slimmer. The likelihood is no longer there. Georgia, Kosovo, Moldova, Montenegro, North Macedonia, Senegal. If you're Senegalese, my Senegalese brothers and sisters, Senegal is considered a safe country. So seeking asylum in Germany, I will advise you against it. Don't do it in this 2025. We're in the month of June. Serbia. Now, which country could be considered safe? Now, wait a minute. You have watched this video up to this moment. What is holding you back from hitting that subscribe button? I'm asking you. I'm talking to you. You looking at me now. Hit that subscribe button now. Help this channel. We want to move away from 3,000 subscribers to 4,000. You can help us get there. Share this video with others. We are begging you. It doesn't cost you anything. Do that right now. Okay? Thanks as you do that. I just mentioned the current list of safe countries. The one I just mentioned. Now, they are considering more countries. So more countries are coming on board. So pay attention. So more countries are going to be added to this list according to the new law. These countries are currently being considered as potential candidates for the list of safe countries of origin, primarily due to the consistent low asylum recognition rate. What are those countries? Algeria, India, Morocco, Tunisia, Armenia, Egypt, and guess what? Nigeria. Nigeria, if you're in Nigeria and you're listening, please take this information seriously. The likelihood of your asylum request, if you are in the process of getting your asylum request in Germany, if you're in Germany or you are planning to, has just become slimmer because Nigeria is now being considered as some of those countries, though not on the current list, but they are being considered safe countries. So if you're seeking to come here, please think twice or seek other visas aside coming to put up an asylum story. You might be rejected. Mongolia. Now, there are a list of countries that are still considered not safe, and those countries are Afghanistan, Syria, Iran, Iraq, Somalia, Eritrea, Yemen, Sudan, and Democratic Republic of Congo. We all know the political story going on in most of these countries. They are quite unsafe. There's a lot of unrest going on. So if you're from the countries that I just listed, you have a higher chance of your application for asylum to be considered. So when will the new law come into force? It may still be a while before the new law comes into force. On Wednesday, the federal cabinet, Wednesday, this June, the day is 8. On Wednesday, the federal cabinet will only decide on the draft bill. The bill has been drafted, but they need to decide. If the cabinet approves, it will next be discussed in the next Bundestag and the committees and the Bundesrat. I explained what that is earlier. So once they can discuss it within the parliament and the upper house of German parliament, which is the Bundesrat, then they will put it to majority votes. Once majority votes for it, which is likely to happen because there has been a lot of push from people, especially that there's need for the German government to do something about the asylum laws as it concerns the number of people they are allowed or the type of people they are allowed into Germany, because people want to feel safe again. So the government is also on the edge, and they need to show people that put them into government that they are doing something. So in conclusion, what does this tightening of the asylum rules, what does it really mean for migrants? Number one, less chance of protection. It is not a good one. The asylum applications are generally considered unfounded. It is assumed that their home country is safe. So some of the stories that used to fly earlier in the past will no longer fly. And the second thing is faster asylum procedure. That is, everything, the decision will be taken faster than before, that used to drag for 2 years, 3 years before they really know what to do with the person or the asylum seeker. Fewer legal options. The possibility of defending oneself against a rejection of asylum by lodging an objection or a complaint is restricted. The time limit for lodging a complaint has been shortened to 1 week. So what can you do within 1 week to lodge a complaint? God help you, get a very good lawyer to file it within 1 week. So all this is just to cut short. I think Germany is gradually closing our doors. That I think we've taken enough. This is our limits, and you wouldn't really blame them, would you? So, and the last thing, there is higher risk of deportation. There used to be a lot of bottleneck as per deporting someone, especially if the application has been rejected in the past. With this new law, they make the process faster to go back, especially if your country has been considered a safe country. The process takes shorter time, and there is higher risk of deportation, that you will be deported. If you are from this safe country, the chances are higher. So that is the new update as regards the new law as it applies to asylum seekers in 2025. So if you found this video useful and you've watched the video up to this particular moment, thanks so much, and that is much appreciated. And please hit that like button just right now. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe, put on the notification bell, share this also, I must not forget, with friends and family that might be in need of this information. Until I come your way in the next video, please stay safe and be good. Bye for now.